It's Red Eye Radio. Gary McNamara and Eric Harley talk about everything from politics to social issues and news of the day. Whether you're up late or you're just starting your day, welcome to the show. From the Uniden America Studios, this is Red Eye Radio.
All across the USA, we are Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley. I'm Gary McNamara. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Happy Friday.
All right, look. White House, it's time to pivot. Let's please stop, because I almost said Kayleigh McEnany again. We saw Caroline Leavitt again talk about, the president's really would like to have Canada as the 51st state. Could we please stop it? Nobody wants Canada. No conservative, no Republican wants Canada as the 51st state. All right? Do we have to say this again?
Right.
Stop with the foolishness. Nobody wants two more Democratic senators. Nobody wants, I don't know, how many would you have for 30 million people? You'd have additional.
We did the math
was it 32, 33, 34?
Yeah, I think they're
additional.
I think they're up to 40 million now.
Right. But you've got the pivot. You have the pivot here.
Yeah.
You'd say, all right, we don't want Canada because they're too liberal. But Ottawa. Alberta.
Yeah.
We'll take. We don't want Ottawa, please.
We don't want to. No.
Alberta. The push from inside Alberta. And did you see yesterday? The politicians from Alberta saying, we don't want Ottawa telling us and putting tariffs on our products. We'll put them on ourselves. You're not going to make it so we can't sell our fossil fuels to the United States.
Right.
So, no. Just forget about the Canada thing. Nobody wants it. There isn't one Republican that wants Canada to be the 51st state and be probably, the second largest state right now? Mm-hmm. They'd be the second largest state with two more Democratic senators and over 30 new Congress people.
It would
majority that would be Democrat.
By my math, actually about 57.
57?
Yeah, members of the House. So if you're doing the average,
would it be really?
on the number of people per district,
based like on 700,000 or something? Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
just divided 40 million by 700,000. So
are they 40 million now?
Yeah, I think that was the update of 22,
Are they
23.
really? Oh, okay. See, I'm thinking they're 30 million.
Yeah. Oh, no. They've been above 30 million for a while.
You do that, I'll get California total population.
Yeah, 40.1 million as of 2023. So,
well, then they'd be the biggest state. They would have more. They would have had more members of Congress, the vast majority Democrat, than any other state.
They would be barely larger than California.
California, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no, White House, stop with the stupid stuff. Now it wouldn't be stupid if you said, "No, we don't want Canada. We'll take Alberta."
Yeah.
I heard there was a petition after Alberta, was, and then you saw the push. We played the lawyer. It was a delegation coming to the United States to tell. I think he was doing interviews yesterday on the media saying, no, we'd like to become the 51st state because Canada's going down the wrong road. We've always called Alberta the Texas of Canada.
Right, yes.
And so, yeah, you can pivot here successfully and say, on second thought, we just want Alberta. Because then we would add a conservative state with two red senators and I don't know what the population is of Alberta, but a number of Republican Congress people.
Right. And also we could change the name of our state capital to Alberta, Texas. Just to make it, to bring everything into one.
No more Austin, Alberta. I don't think. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Who knows, right? I mean, Gulf of America. There you have it. So why not?
Okay, Alberta, almost 5 million.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Almost 5 million people.
Yeah, so smaller than the Metroplex.
Smaller than Dallas-Fort Worth,
It is.
right?
It is.
Soon we'll be double the size of Alberta.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Let me see. Alberta's population increased 4.8% from 2016. So,
yeah, we're good with that. Yeah.
The medium scenario projects Alberta's population to reach 7.3 million by 2051. You'll still be under what Dallas-Fort Worth is now.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll be much larger by then.
I know. What did they say? The futurists say 2100? 100 million people in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 30, 35 million in Dallas-Fort Worth?
Right, yeah.
Whew.
It's going to be a bit crowded.
Yeah.
The I-35 expansion is going to have to continue.
What am I going to do at 150 years old collecting Social Security here? They'll have to move my grave.
Yeah, probably.
For a housing project or something.
Yeah. Well, probably won't have graves by then. They'll freeze you and shoot you into space.
I'll end up in Mars.
Yeah.
Before Elon Musk.
Yeah, Mars will become just a huge graveyard.
Cemetery.
A bunch of frozen people.
Can we get on a more positive topic? Well, I started it.
So yeah.
I started it, though.
Yeah. Choose your fighter.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Oh, my God. Choose your fighter.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, it's
so bad.
Horrible.
So cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, choose your fighter.
Do we remember Republicans doing anything like that? Is there anything that could even come close to matching that?
No. I mean, no.
I mean, the only thing to me that was cringeworthy, and it was cringeworthy when I saw it, was all the influencers holding up the files of the Epstein stuff.
Yeah.
And where I was like, no. Just do it in a professional law enforcement setting.
Yeah, we don't need a YouTube or TikTok moment here.
Yeah, we don't need
there are real victims
right.
in this situation, and let's focus on that.
Right. Then that all blew up in their face.
Yeah, it did.
But it wasn't the same kind of cringeworthy, though. But it was still, that moment was like, stop.
Yeah. Not a good look at all.
No,
and also a concern if you're not focused on the victims when it comes to possible crime. So let's not, again, lose sight of that.
Yeah, so
that's something the left does, losing sight of the victims.
But yeah, that was what a cringeworthy moment that was. But stop with it. White House, you can officially stop with the Canada being the 51st state.
Right.
You're not pleasing any Republican by saying that.
No.
And by trying to make it sound, as Levitt did the other day, as if it was actually a serious proposition, which we know it isn't. Right. Don't play those stupid games, please.
Yeah.
We know it's not going to happen. No Republican wants it. No conservative wants it. Nobody wants to bring Canada in to become the biggest state that's all Democrat and completely moves the balance of power in Congress. Nobody wants it. So please, if you want to do it jokingly and smile when you do it and sarcastically, fine. She said it in a serious way. Right. Don't be stupid, Levitt.
Yeah.
I like the job you're doing, and then you do something stupid like that this week. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Nobody wants it. And when you tell a joke 1,000 times, it's no longer funny.
It's not funny. It went viral for you. It works as a joke, as you're coming into the room. All right.
Yeah, we're giving
time
you
to get to work.
We're giving you the other option, though.
Right.
We're helping. We're trying to help here, and we're giving you the other option.
Right.
Forget about Canada. Pivot to Alberta.
Exactly. Plus, being so small in population, we can take them if they don't want to come along. We know they do. And we don't want to have to resort to that, but we can do it.
Well, like I said, I think Trump, he should be focusing on annexing Mexico, combining our energy resources together, or Texas should do it. That was my original plan. Texas annexes, we secede from the United States, we annex Mexico, combine all of our oil resources together, and call it Texaco.
Yeah. Biden almost did annex Mexico. It was the largest migration. They were coming over in droves. There was no border at all. Forget about the border.
Right, there was no border.
There was no border.
There was no borders.
He was walking over, waving to the Border Patrol.
Should have done it then.
Right.
Annex. Well, we don't have any borders anyway. Just annex them, and we'll call it Texaco.
Yeah, it's almost done.
So yeah, focus on. We're trying to help.
Mm-hmm.
We're always trying to help the administration.
We're here to help.
We're here to help. Pivot to Alberta.
That's
the
right.
perfect opportunity when that lawyer has been all over the place the last 36 hours saying, no, we want over. And then when you've got the Alberta, politicians saying yesterday, we don't want Ottawa to be setting our tariff levels. We want to be able to deal with the United States.
Right. And it's perfect. I mean, they fit right in. To Texas, they do.
Yeah.
They got the oil. It's not our kind of oil, but we can learn. We can work that out.
I can see the liberals coming along. Do we really want the Alberta dirty oil?
Yeah.
We don't want the dirty oil.
Yeah, we do.
We want the light sweet crude.
Now that is
the dirty oil. Give us the light sweet crude.
Yeah. Look, it is that's what Texas is known for, but we'll work it out. We can learn.
So we're done with that? I don't want to hear any more. I don't want to hear any more of the 51st state, Canada. Nobody wants it.
Unfortunately, I think we will hear more of it. I don't think it's over completely, but we do need to move on.
The horse isn't dead yet?
No. No, actually it is.
Oh,
but they keep beating it. That's the problem.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, there was the good news here. The State Department revokes the first visa of foreign student linked to Hamas supporting disruptions. The State Department has revoked the visa of a student who participated in protesting in favor of Hamas, a move in line with Trump's call for canceling visas of students involved in pro-Hamas demonstrations on college campuses. The State Department confirmed the matter with Fox News without identifying the student or what university they attended, due to legal constraints. Yesterday evening, we revoked the first visa of an alien who was previously cited for criminal behavior in connection with Hamas supporting disruptions. The individual was a university student. ICE will proceed with removing this person from the country. Any problem with that?
No.
Same here.
Nope. Absolutely not. And we've seen it. We've seen these disruptions in general on campus. I think a lot of the campuses now are looking at this going, there's no way we could handle this in the future, even though their liberal administrations on those campuses haven't changed their positions. They understand. You can't bring that kind of attention to yourselves because enrollment, tuition is going to drop. There's no way it won't. And it started to, I don't know where it is at this moment. But you had more and more families and prospective students saying, nope, that's not where I want to be. Even the ones who might agree with you don't want the chaos. And that's the problem that they have, is that you create that chaos on a campus, and if it's expected that it's going to, be an ongoing thing, nobody gets a chance to learn. And then, of course, other students, in this case, Jewish students, were targeted.
I know. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, we can't tolerate that.
866-90 Red Eye.
This morning's USDA Farm Report is brought to you by House Products. Tested, trusted, guaranteed since 1920.
Elevated drought coverage nationwide, reflected in the latest U.S. drought monitor covering the period ending March 4th. USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey.
Seeing drought coverage in the lower 48 states of greater than 44%, which is about twice what your historical average should come out to be. That 44% is up almost 5 percentage points from late January. We saw that increase from 39.6 to 44.4%.
Improvements in locales such as Southern California, the Northern Plains, and Mid-Atlantic was offset
by worsening conditions in the Southwest, across the Southern Great Plains, parts of the Midwest, and also along the Southern Atlantic coast, resulting in that net increase of about 5 percentage points in drought coverage.
With higher end drought coverage, D3 and D4, concentrated primarily in the western U.S. I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
This report brought to you by Cenex Fuels and Lubes.
Lines open for your calls. 866-90 Red Eye on Red Eye Radio.
It's Red Eye Radio. He's Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Do the Bureau of Labor Statistics numbers come out today for employment or unemployment?
Yeah. Unemployment numbers come out here in just a couple of hours. Still trying to wrap my brain around the miss from the ADP numbers on Wednesday. The median forecast for ADP, private payroll numbers, was 148,000, and it came in at 77,000. So
that's a pretty big miss.
That's a pretty big miss. And the numbers, the U.S. jobs report comes out later this morning at 8:30 Eastern, so here in a few hours. The median forecast is 170,000 jobs. We'll see where it lands for February, and we'll see where it lands. The median forecast for the unemployment rate, 4%, which is where it was the month before. And hourly wages, the median forecast for the increase, 0.3%. It was 0.5% last month.
All right, so the insanity of what's going on in California here. Republicans are asking the FBI to look into California's high-speed rail project, which is already facing a compliance audit from the Department of Transportation. Republicans say no rail has been constructed since the project kicked off 17 years ago, and the projection that it would cost $100 billion above the previous estimate raises red flags. The malfeasance leads to questions that transcend mere incompetence. How is it possible? Listen to this now. How is it possible to spend over $13 billion without a single station opening? Where have those funds gone? Who benefited? Republicans wrote Tuesday in a letter to the FBI director, Kash Patel, saying, you need to investigate this.
Yeah.
How does this happen?
Right.
Now, is it simple as DEI made it so they couldn't get anything
They can't
done?
spend the money.
The show that never stops. Red Eye Radio.
Intro Night Radio. He is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. Welcome and good morning. Right after the show, I'm heading to the airport.
All right.
It's going to be a long day on the plane, though. I have to connect to get to see Dad.
All right, good.
He's hanging in there, but it's, he'll be 99 in April. And as I said, he was in the hospital in January for pneumonia and then was in rehab. He's back home, but, just physically, it's when you get to be that age. I mean, his heart's great. His blood work is great. Just physically, you start breaking down. And so I'll be able to, I was going to go back a couple weeks ago, and snow kept me from going. And then we was in the hospital and everything, the family just said, you'll be a distraction. Just don't come in this weekend. So finally we decided this is a weekend, so I'm flying in today. I'll see him this afternoon when I get in, and then a little bit tomorrow, and then I'm flying back tomorrow night. So I'll be back for the show on Sunday night.
Give him our best.
I will.
He's always in our prayers.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good dad. He really is.
Yeah,
He's been a great dad.
Well, a lot of
is
what,
a great dad. Not has been a great dad.
Well, a lot of what your dad has taught over the years. I mean, we've carried on to the show and talked about it. And I love that. It's great.
Yeah, hopefully we can have a good conversation. We had a good one. We actually had a good conversation yesterday. Yeah, we had a good conversation yesterday. Yeah,
good.
Really good conversation on business stuff.
Right.
Yeah. He was so funny. He's like, I want you to be careful with your investments now.
Right. Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, oh, did it pop into his mind? Oh, my son's on. I need to tell him how to run his financial life.
Yeah, right.
I always talk about when I had an opportunity, and it was a great opportunity, and I took the opportunity for a great job, and the money was great. I mean, the money went through the roof as to what I was making, and it's one of my favorite stories about my late mom and my dad, who was not late. He's here, and when I remember, giving them a call and telling them what the deal was. And they were just real quiet. They said, well, you think about it, and we'll talk tomorrow. And I'm on the other side of the country. So the next day, 24 hours later, I called them back. And they said, what are you thinking? And I told them what I was thinking. And I was still not sure what I wanted to do. And my father said, well, let me start out with this. We've never been the type of parents to tell you what to do. So, and he paused. I said, well, you just told me what to do. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, you just told me to take it. He goes, I didn't say that. Well, yes, you did. You said you've never been the type of parents to tell me what to do. You've always been the type of parents to tell me what to do. So you're telling me to take it. You don't have the heart to tell me because I'll be moving across the country for the job. And he goes, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So great that day. He goes, he said, he said, and I'll never forget, he said, you have an opportunity to make some real great money. You've got to go for the opportunity. You can always come back, after a couple of years if it doesn't work out. Yeah. And then all that led to a bunch of stuff, which eventually led to here. So if I hadn't made that move, I probably would not be here. So, and it wasn't coming here. That wasn't the job. So,
right.
Yeah, so be great to see him. Great to see yesterday that his mind is still working great. My father's never been good with any type of drugs at all. At all. Even prescription stuff, he just isn't good with antibiotics. He just isn't good with other stuff. So, he's had a little bit of struggles with the memory and things like that and maybe drifting off. But other than that, he's doing good. But I swear his blood work is better than mine. Yeah, he'll be 99 next month. So just keep him in your prayers. He's doing okay. He's doing all right now. Just weak physically, and I think that's tough for the whole family to see. It's tougher for him to get up. I mean, Christmas time, he could see the walker. He could still walk around and everything else. Now he has a wheelchair. He's still doing the physical therapy. They come to the house and everything like that. And he's he's still in the house. So that's really good. Got a lot of help from the family and visiting, nurses and all that. But it's still tough to see, you know.
Yeah,
But I've been
right.
I've said it many times. You and I are having the conversation off the air. Every time I think about, you know, well, how long will my father be here? You get that little sadness, and then at the same time, I feel like I'm a little selfish because I realize most people never have what I have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, their parents, they're that long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really weird when you feel that because I have no reason to feel selfish, but you do when you just realize one of my best friends, his father was gone at 18. Mm-hmm. So his father's been gone for over half a century. Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know, I just value every day, you know, that I have with him. So,
yeah.
All right. You ready for, this isn't our audio cut of the week. It's just an audio cut we didn't get a chance to play. And we had played some of the audio from the Sanctuary City hearings, the Sanctuary City mayors. This is Jim Jordan and the Denver mayor. All right. We haven't played Jim Jordan in a while, have we?
Right. No, we haven't.
Okay, here we go. All right. Let her rip, Jim.
Who's Abraham Gonzalez?
Thank you, Congressman. He is a individual that was released from the county jail on Friday in the city and county of Denver.
That's all you know about him?
I do know that he was facing charges that the
Venezuelan gang member arrested by Border Patrol on September 20th, 2023, released into the country by the Biden administration. A few months later, he's arrested in your city, charged with aggravated assault. On March 11th, 2024, he's charged with motor vehicle theft, stole a car, and then on March 20th, 2024, Mr. Gonzalez is charged with felony menacing. 6 days after that last charge, ICE sends you a detainer, which includes an administrative warrant. Basically, it says if you're going to release this bad guy, this gang member who allegedly stole a car, menaced people, and assaulted people, give us a 48-hour heads up. Is that right? Does that refresh your memory?
I do know about the detainer request. I do know that we provided a notification of release.
What kind of notice did you give ICE when you released him?
We gave him notification. I'm not sure how long in advance
1 hour.
it was. I do know
1
that.
hour.
I do know that there
Gave
were
him a 1 hour notice, and you released him 5 days ago, right? Why not give him more heads up? Actually, let's put the slide up. Let's see what it says here. Let's put the slide up. This is what the Denver Sheriff's Department, it's kind of hard to see, so I'll read it. It says, Denver Sheriff Department, ICE notification being released to the streets. I simply said, just release him to us. You release him to the streets. Why not release him to ICE?
Thank you. What we've done, and we do this regularly, we've done 1,226 of these, is we notify
I'm
ICE.
asking about one. I'm not asking about the 1,200. I'm asking about Mr. Abraham Gonzalez, who's a gang member from Venezuela, stole a car, assaulted someone. You had him in your custody for how long?
I know that we released
345 days you had him in custody. And I said, hey, can you give us 48 hours heads up?
I don't know.
You gave him 1 hour notice.
Mr. Congressman, we notified them of release. There were 6 ICE agents present when he was released, so they had enough time to respond and to be present.
Respond where?
To the jail where we released him from. So we released him we notified them of the release time. When we notify them of release, they come to the jail facility to pick them up.
Why didn't you say that's not what you said. You said you release him to the streets. Did you release him to the streets or release him to ICE?
What we do, sir, is we release him from our county jail, and we coordinate with ICE on that release time and release date so that ICE can come and pick them up from that location.
Pick them up where? In the parking lot?
Yes, sir. They're on the facility
property. Guess what happened in the parking lot?
I know, sir. I've reviewed the video. So I looked at it. I've talked to the sheriff last night.
One of the ICE officers got assaulted, didn't he?
I've reviewed the video,
They had to tase the guy, didn't they?
Would you like me to answer, sir?
No, I'd like you to answer. Did they tase him?
I know that there were 6 officers that had multiple tasers. I saw the
So they had
on
6
video.
officers. If you keep him in the facility and they come in the facility and get him, does it take 6 officers? Probably takes 2, doesn't it?
So we've been doing these, as I mentioned, 1,226 times. This is the first time I've been made aware of there's been an incident like this. So I reached out to ICE after I saw the video. I've coordinated with their team and offered to sit down and see if there are procedures we can change.
It's a simple
make sure
question.
this works smoothly.
It's a simple question. You can release him in the parking lot, give ICE 1 hour notice, and they got to send 6 officers to arrest this guy. Or you can say, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to hold him. You come in and bring 2 officers in, and you turn him over there. Why not do it that way?
We have a city ordinance.
You know why you don't do it that way?
We have a city ordinance that governs.
Because you're a sanctuary city. This is the whole point.
No, sir, I disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. What if you talk about sanctuary as a definition of shielding people from law enforcement, we do not do that. What we do is provide services. In this context, what we did is we coordinated the release.
An officer got assaulted because of your policy, which says we're going to release him to, in your words, not mine, to the streets. They have to arrest him in the parking lot. They bring 6 officers when they could have had 1 or 2 just come in your facility, in the jail, and take the guy there. But you won't do it that way.
I've seen the video. I've reached out to ICE. I've offered to sit down and coordinate on strategies.
Isn't this unbelievable? I mean, you don't even want to listen after a while. It's like, stop it.
Well, I mean, he sounds proud of this.
Yeah, exactly. Just stop it. Shut up.
This
do you
this
care?
Is the madness. This is he's sitting there defending this. I mean, going in circles defending their positions.
So what they're saying,
it's a dangerous policy.
What I'm getting out of it is we're sanctuary city. We can't release him to you officially.
Right.
So we let him into the streets, and you happen to be there.
Which means you have to put your manpower at risk.
Right. We won't transfer him. That's the point that they didn't actually. He was. I understood what he was saying.
Right.
But he didn't actually say it.
Right.
But what you're saying is your sanctuary city, you cannot officially, inside of a jail, hand him off to ICE.
Right.
So you send him out to the street and hope that ICE is there.
Right.
We'll give you an hour. In an hour, we're going to release him into the streets. If you happen to be there, you can get him.
Right.
Well, then they let him go.
Yeah.
And he attacked one of the officers,
right.
One of the ICE agents.
Right.
This is insanity.
Yeah.
What Democrat? How the hell can you be a Democrat and say, oh, I approve of that? And then in a way, be proud of it.
Yeah.
Because I got the same thing you did. Like, oh, no, we're doing the right thing.
This is the arrogance. We're doing the right thing here. It's inherently dangerous. Because otherwise, cuffs stay on. The person stays detained.
Right.
And you escort from the building to an ICE vehicle with very little chance there's going to be any kind of disruption that becomes a danger to those ICE agents.
And you make it where he's restrained inside of the jail.
Mm-hmm.
You make the transfer where it's secure, where nobody has any chance of getting hurt.
Yep.
But no, you have to officially release them to the street, and we give them notice that we're going to release them on the street or the parking lot, whatever is the street.
Right.
But we won't officially hand them over to you. We're just telling you they're on the street. That's reprehensible. I mean, that's absolutely reprehensible. You're saying to hell with the safety of ICE agents.
That's exactly what you're saying, and you're also taunting. And you know, if you think about this in this way, this arrogant response defending this policy here, you're just taunting the administration. You're just taunting anybody who believes that we should abolish this kind of sanctuary policy in cities. You're just being arrogant. You are being an activist in this moment.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't law enforcement.
No.
This isn't law enforcement. This is absolutely reprehensible. But it's who the left is today. You heard him. He's defending it. He thinks it's a good thing. They're on the moral higher ground.
I'd like to get a group of people, just a focus group to see how many, all Democrats, see how many agree with that policy.
Right.
And why. Because we're talking criminals.
Yep. Good job.
Repeat criminals.
Yep. Good job by Jim Jordan, by the way.
Yeah. 866-90 Red Eye.
We'll be right back with more Red Eye Radio with Eric Harley and Gary McNamara.
It's Red Eye Radio. He is Eric Harley, and I'm Gary McNamara. So we've got job numbers, unemployment numbers coming out today.
Yep.
Here in a little bit. These are the Bureau of Labor statistics.
Right.
The ADP numbers, which is the private sector, right?
Right. Yeah.
That's that was a lot less than they thought it was going to be earlier this week.
Yeah, I don't know where the miss was on the surveys that they do during the interim period, like the weekly surveys that they do. I don't know enough about the methodology at ADP. They're the largest payroll company. They pay, I don't know what the number is now, but it's a large number of people, so they have a pretty good finger on the pulse, and I don't know what their survey methodology is with employers. So I'll look into more of that over the weekend. And sometimes it doesn't jive with the other numbers that come out. So we'll see what that is on later this morning. And then does the Atlanta Fed change the GDP now forecast, right, for GDP? We'll see.
We'll see.
This is Red Eye Radio on Westwood One.